guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I hope your day is going well so far. Today's video is going to be a drugstore foundation video. I do already have my eyes and my brows done for this video, but if you're interested in seeing a tutorial, just let me know and I can definitely do one for you guys. This time of the year is always my favorite just because of all the holidays, all the time that you get to spend with friends and family, but also because drugstores always release all their new stuff and I live for this time of the year. So Maybelline sent over this awesome PR package full of their new products, and one of the products that I spotted right away that I was so excited about, this is the Maybelline Dream Cushion Fresh Face Liquid Foundation on the go. On the press sheet that I finally dug out of the bottom of the box, it says that this releases January 2017 and it's going to retail for $15.99. Just the little kind of like summary of the foundation. It says Dream Cushion Foundation is a liquid foundation that delivers complete luminous coverage in a take anywhere cushion. The ease of the puff applicator combined with the incredibly lightweight liquid foundation in 8 shades, yeah, so that is all the shades, melt onto skin creating a smooth, fresh glow in seconds. Y'all already know I live for like glowy, luminous foundations, so I was really excited about this. I'm going to be using this as well as a couple of other of their new releases in this video, so just stay tuned. I'm going to go ahead and start off with primer. The primer that I'm going to be using today is from NYX. This is the Pore Filler Primer. This is really the only kind of pore filling drugstore primer I have right now. I think everything else is pretty much out. However, I will say that I did apply a like higher end foundation here on my forehead just because I've been using retinol at night and right there has been getting really dry. So if you are curious, for my forehead I applied some of the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Oil. I really don't have too many drugstore primers. Now for the actual foundation, I don't know, that noise, I know. I don't know if these are all the shades or not. There's 8 shades in here, so hopefully I can find my color in this bag of goodness. I think I'm gonna start off with this one. I'm between 20 and 30, I'm going to guess. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so this is number 20 Classic Ivory. That sounds really light, but I'm pretty pissed right now. Just like with all the other cushion foundations, there's the tab, there's probably gonna be a pull seal in here, yep. This guy, and oh, I think that color might be good. It looks like there's a good bit of yellow undertone. So we'll go ahead and start off with a sponge first, but if you guys watched my cushion foundation of the Physicians Formula, then you saw how I mentioned that I really like to go in with a beauty blender. I just think I get a little bit of added coverage that way. Huh. Coverage wise, it seems pretty typical for a cushion foundation. It's like light to medium coverage, but you'll see with the beauty blender, you definitely get way more coverage. And I think this color is pretty spot on for me. Go ahead and zoom y'all in a little bit more just so you can really see the coverage. Okay, so that's with the sponge. Not bad. I think it does a good job of kind of like evening everything out. But I already know for me personally, I just really like the way the beauty blender applies cushion foundations. It's like, oh, I was wondering, I had mascara on my hair and then I just saw this black thing on my hair. I guess that's where that mascara went and it touched my ear. Gross. Okay, so you can already see a big difference of the coverage with the beauty blender. Plus, it's just easier to blend out. That sponge, it's like you really have to like kind of do this rolling dabbing motion all over. And with this beauty blender, you can cover a lot more space. Now I know some of y'all are the all or nothing kind of people where it's like, okay, if you're gonna wear foundation, then you wanna have like full coverage. Otherwise it seems pointless. That's how my friend Laura is. But I really like these lighter foundations where it still does a good job of like evening everything out without being heavy. This is really pretty, I think. Wow. I've tried a lot of cushion foundations and I have to say I really like the finish of this one. And there's really good coverage with this. I think this has better coverage than the Physicians Formula one. Really good coverage. Okay, let me zoom you guys in. I mean, is it full coverage? No, but it did a good job of just kind of evening everything out. As you can see, my freckles are still peeking through. I may go ahead and let this sit for a second and then see what happens if I apply one more layer on top. But honestly, I like this. I think this is a great just like daily foundation. Okay, now for concealer, I don't know if these are really made for like under eye concealers as well or more for like correcting zits and whatnot, but I'm gonna use it on my under eyes. We'll see. I don't even know what the consistency is like yet. This is my first time, so they sent over 6 shades. I'm gonna go in with, let's see, Let's do 20 just because 10 looks really, really light. So here is shade 20. As you can see, it's just like a chubby little crayon. Let's see the texture. Oh, that actually feels really nice. It's not quite as thick as I thought it would be. Typically with these kind of like concealer crayons, I think they tend to feel a bit like drier and thicker. This actually, oh no, this feels a lot thinner and it kind of like dries down to a semi-powdery finish. Actually may take a little bit of 10. I know I said it looked really light, but just to add some brightness, oh, actually 10 might be the shade. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of smudge some of this down there and then mix it with a little bit of 20. Okay, and just to warm up the product, I'm going to dab my finger on it first, and then I think we'll go in with a beauty blender. Oh, this does look nice. I typically wouldn't use like the crayon or stick type of concealer on my under eyes, but this is actually really nice. So I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I have mine in number 15 Fair. I personally love this concealer. I've heard a lot of people compare the NARS, what is it? Radiant Concealer to this one. So whenever I got the NARS one, I was super excited because I love this concealer. They're nothing alike. Like, especially after hearing the name Radiant Concealer, I thought for sure it would be something like lighter and dewier like this one. But that one is a lot thicker. I really like how thin and like blendable the Maybelline Fit Me is. I think this is hands down one of my favorite concealers, not just from the drugstore, but in general. I also love the Maybelline Age Rewind in Brightener. I have been out of that and I've been meaning to go pick another one up, but I'm trying to make myself use other concealers first. There is that. I'm going to go ahead and let that sit for a second before I set it. But let's go ahead. I know, I'm like in, out, in, out, in, out. What if we go in maybe with the deeper cushion and see if I can contour with that? See what this shade looks like. Ooh, this might work. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take the pointy side of my beauty blender. And oh, I think this might do the trick. And then go in with the chubbier side and kind of pounce it in. Yeah, I think that might be a better option than the concealer because this is way more pigmented. This is definitely deep, but being this kind of formula, it blends in nicely without looking like too harsh. I think this actually works pretty good just to kind of deepen up the outer edges. I might dip back into my shade just to help blend this out a bit. And if you can't find your exact shade, it seems like these are really working to kind of blend together. Like I'm not getting any weird patchiness. Yeah, I think that works. Okay. And it stays wet for quite a while, so you have a long time to blend it in. So same thing, I'm just gonna tap back into my shade, kind of help blend it out. Just because we're going in and experimenting, I think I'm gonna go in with the lightest shade at 10 and kind of use that to highlight under my contour. Wow, Maybelline killed it with this formula. I'm really impressed. Like, I prefer this over the Physicians Formula one, over the L'Oreal one. Now is the time that I'm going to go in and set my under eyes. For that, I'm going to be using the Coty Airspun powder. I swear by this stuff. It's like $6.99, yeah, $6.99 or $7.99. I'm pretty sure it's $6.99. You can find it at Walmart, Walgreens. I'm sure you can order it online. If you ever have trouble finding it at Walmart or Walgreens, for whatever reason, it's always like in the weirdest location. At least here at my local stores, they will store it like right under like the clear nail polishes. It's weird. Like if you look over by Sally Hansen stuff, it's there most of the time instead of like with makeup. I don't really get it, but that's how I've seen it stocked both here and at my parents' in Florida. So just dipping that same damp beauty blender into the powder, I just like to press this right on my under eyes. And then as I mentioned earlier, with cushion foundations, I just kind of like to set my forehead, my chin, maybe some of my upper lip, and then my nose. But everything else, I will leave as is. Now for my highlighter. Maybelline also sent over these, which I'm super excited about. It's the Master Strobing Liquid. It looks like it comes in 3 shades. Deep Gold, Medium, which is Nude Glow, and then Light, which is Iridescent. I think I want to do medium because anything with the word glow, I'm all about. Okay, so here is the medium. This ended up being way more gold than I thought, so I'm going to add some light as well and mix it just because I want more of like a champagne-y gold type of highlighter. Ooh, yes. I have like Makeup Geek swatches that are stained on my hand. Forgive me for that. Okay, so going in with a small brush, if I can find one, I'm going to go ahead and dust off any excess, or wasn't too much, on my under eyes, and we'll just go ahead and dust this away as well. I'm just going to kind of pounce it in here, apply this right to the tops of my cheekbones. Oh, that's pretty. I do like that. It's not quite as like bright as, let's say, Becca Opal, because that's one of my favorites, but it's still really nice, and I'm sure it's like 1/4 of the price. I still want to go in with a little bit of powder contour. I don't have one from Maybelline. I did have that palette, but I got rid of it because honestly I didn't like that one too much. However, I do like this one from Catrice. You can find this at Ulta. I want to say this little palette was either $5.99 or $6.99. It's called the Prime and Fine Professional Contouring Palette. So I'm just going to pick up some of this powder and just lightly go in. I'm not looking for anything like too crazy or carved. I just felt like it needed a little bit more depth in there. For blush, Milani Luminoso. I'm pretty sure almost everyone has either heard of this or has it in their collection already. It's just this gorgeous kind of corally peach blush. Love this blush just because it has a really nice glow in it without looking like powdery or glittery or chunky. It just gives your skin a really pretty glow. I'm just gonna pop some of that right here. Okay, to finish things off, I'm going to go in, this is such an awkward angle, with one of the new Maybelline lipsticks. This is from the Color Sensational line. I believe it's called like the Inti-mattes, right? Because they're matte lipsticks. Inti-mattes, something like that. Okay, I think Brown Blush is the one. Yeah, that's a really pretty color. I love the shape of the bullets of Maybelline's lipsticks as well. They fit like right into the curve of your lip, and then you can use like the pointy side to really outline. All right, y'all, so this is the final look. I have to say so far, I'm loving this foundation. I realize I just applied it, but just the way that it looks on my skin, the finish, the feel, everything, it's so nice. This is hands down like the ideal type of foundation for me. You guys know I love like thinner, kind of more watery foundations, and it's something that still provides coverage but doesn't look heavy or matte or cakey on the skin. I think at $15.99 these days, that's kind of ideal for a drugstore price because drugstore makeup is getting more and more expensive. I do realize, you know, you could do like the Maybelline Fit Me or Poreless for, I want to say maybe $7.99. As of right now, this is showing $15.99. I don't know if that's like CVS price or Target price, because if you guys shop at both often, you know that like the drugstore is always way more expensive than Target or Walmart. Foundations seem to last a long time, at least for me. A quick tip, if you have one and you're noticing it's kind of starting to dry out, if you go in with like clean tweezers and flip over the foundation or the actual sponge inside the, I guess the cushion, you'll see you still have a ton of foundation left. So as of right now, I have to say I'm loving this. If it does something crazy throughout the day, I'll definitely update you guys either on Snapchat or in a future video, but so far so good. I love it. Also, the lipstick, I know it was matte, but I just wanted a touch of gloss, so I just added a little bit of clear gloss here in the center, one of the color jolts, and I really like the look of it. So yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you guys are gonna go out and get this foundation or what kind of like new drugstore release you guys are wanting to get your hands on. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.